first things first, we're gonna get into is Mario Rabbids. Mario Rabbids was announced today. It's been announced last year, but they showed a little bit more, and they actually gave a release date. It should be releasing later on this year for exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. The great thing about that game is that, like I said, one is exclusive, and this is the reason why I was telling Mag that we have to, give Nintendo their flowers, right? Because they've been doing such a great job with kind of holding everything together, right? That's my biggest take on the whole thing. To put everything where it needs to be, right? So one of the biggest things is this game has you enter different galaxies, you team up. So basically, you have a team of 3, and you basically forge new alliances. So you basically team up with like Bowser, you team up with like the Rabbids, you can team up with like Peach, and you kind of go into this like open world adventure where you're where it's like a tactical turn-based shooter type of game. So like each character has their own specific styles and what they can bring to kind of build out your teams, right? So it's more like a tactical turn-based adventure / shooter-ish type of game style that they're going for here. And like I said, if it's up in it's in your realm of things to kind of want to get into, Nintendo always tries to take something, whether it's like a soccer game or a tennis game, and innovate it in a way that makes it kind of family friendly and as well kind of easy to get into and kind of easy to understand. So if you've never been into turn-based shooters or any type of turn-based game before, this is a kind of nice way to kind of get introduced to that type of gameplay, right? Those type of games in general, right? So I would say it's definitely worth a look because Nintendo always seems to do great things with the stuff that they announce, right? So that's my take on it. That's one of the biggest announcements that were revealed over at the Nintendo Direct. So that's what I would say.
I feel you. Well, for me, one of the biggest news and the biggest news of the week was that Super Bomberman R Part 2 is coming out. The reason I love this game is because it looks like it's just a fun family friendly game, which it is, but it's actually very incredibly competitive when you go to the higher level top pro players that are actually looking to be the champions. And I have hosted tons of family events for a very long time, and I can't wait to host more this year, which I am going to be doing again. And the truth is that this game right here is special. First and foremost, just to kind of run it down, they got a brand new story mode that they're going to bring. If you played the original part 1, it was a great story mode campaign. It was a lot of fun. There's 8 lovable characters. It's kind of like the 7 Dwarfs, Sleepy and all of the funny type of characters. They really have this beautiful, lovable thing. But there's a new game mode called Castle where it's 16 players. One player is the Juggernaut and 15 others are trying to take him down. That is going to be exciting for me just to fool around and to play with some friends. Of course, the classic game modes are going to be there as well. On top of it, they had a new Battle Royale mode that they put in previously that they're bringing in to this one with 64 players in a Battle Royale. And to be honest, just to talk about it for a second, Bomberman is the first Battle Royale ever in the 80s when it first came out, because they put you in a map with 4 other players and you're fighting to survive. And then they put 8 players and they continue to evolve throughout the years. But that was a great Battle Royale scene and one of my favorite type of Battle Royales. And now there's a new version of it, which is incredible. So this is going to be tons of fun. You're going to see me host venue events live in person again, and as well as online. So look out for that. It'll be at Mad Gamer INC over at Twitch. But yes, you are watching our show called Agree to Disagree here at CloudyChiptv. So make sure you tune in, stay rocking with us.
Perfect. And like I said, and there's still so much more to get into. One of my favorites, this is a classic favorite of mine that was announced. and it's been and they showed more gameplay here at the Nintendo Direct, and it's going to be my favorite one is Sonic, man. Sonic Frontiers is actually making headways, and the reason why it's so amazing and I'm so like happy about this game is because we're actually getting back Sonic in a real, for what it seems to be a real 3D adventure, right? I think the last real big 3D adventures that came out to me that I held really dear to myself is Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. And those, for some reason, always held a really strong place in my heart. And now to see something like this and what they've been able to do, it's amazing. So one of the biggest things is that you're gonna be in an open world, having dynamic weather, so like rain and I'm assuming there'll probably even be snow and things like that. So you're gonna have a lot of diversity when it comes to the open world. Top of it too, you're gonna have special zones. These special zones are going to allow you to unlock special keys to get into progress more through the story, right? So, which is great. Another thing that they ended up implementing was a combo system. Combo system has been the first time I've ever seen, like, not the first time, but they implemented, they keep adding to what they already have. Is going to be the combo system, which allows you to, spin dash. It allows you to deflect enemy attacks. It allows you to throw fast punches and fast kicks. It allows you to get in and out between fighting off like big enemy types, things like that. So as far as gameplay, is they're doing some new things with it, and I won't be surprised. My take on this is I won't be surprised if some of these special zones that you're able to get into allow you to unlock special abilities that allow you to enhance Sonic's gameplay, like his style of gameplay, right? Similar to what they do with like a Ratchet and Clank, right? That you unlock special abilities and you keep improving the gameplay, and it goes from very stale, just very normal, to being like, oh my God, this is out of control. This is amazing. So stay tuned for that, because that is actually supposed to be releasing on all consoles, and it's supposed to be releasing this holiday season, which is not that far away. So I'm actually really excited about that. That's another one that I've been kind of having my eye on, and I can't wait. It's one of my must-haves for the year for sure. So
Yeah,
that's
I can't disagree because I wish I could. It's the name of the show, but everything you described was something I think is exciting because I played all the original Sonics and loved them, and that's my favorite style. I ain't gonna lie, because that's what I
yeah.
experienced. But in a whole new world, a whole new type of experience is always good. Innovation, something different. So I'm hyped about that for sure, for sure, for sure. But let me go ahead and drop some more news. This one's a little bit unique. Okay, it's a new game. It's called Code to Jin Young, and this game right here. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's a amazing martial arts movie. It's fantasy based. You're able to basically walk on air if you have the skill, and you're fighting with someone else who can do similar type of actions. But imagine a video game that presents that style to you as well and offer something unique like that. I think story wise, it could be interesting, maybe training to get good enough, all the abilities you can unlock and the combinations of those abilities and the way that's going to be presented. Also, that can be very fun and exciting. But overall, when you watch the gameplay, you're like, okay, this is pretty insane combat, and that's what matters, right? Our gameplay and what we want to do. I couldn't tell you guys much about the story. I watched the gameplay footage. I thought it was incredible. It's going to be a fun game to look forward to playing, just with the combinations and different things. And once I learn more, I'll definitely be posting it up. But it's one of those games that people really don't know what it is. What is this code? Never heard of it, in my opinion. But it is some special coming from the Unreal Engine 5, and the visuals look really good. But just gameplay wise, is something that I'm interested in. So that's another game to look out for. We're giving you what to look out for, what was announced this week. So many games announced this week. I'm talking about nonstop from Nintendo, specifically a lot of classics coming to Nintendo, and a lot of new games never came out also coming to Nintendo. But this one right here is most likely going to be on all platforms. No official word on everything. It's just a quick demo that they put out to kind of showcase the game. So interesting stuff for me.
Yeah, man, and I can't disagree. I was actually looking at the gameplay, and I can't say, all I can say is that this is crazy how Unreal Engine 5 I think is going to be what takes the next gen and makes it next gen, right? Because I feel like a lot of times, people they complain because, oh, I don't feel like it's next gen. It's a waste of money, a waste of time, right? But reality, when you got engines like the Unreal Engine 5 displaying something tremendous like what they were able to display, it sets everything else apart, right? It just puts everything else like in the back burner because it actually says, oh, you know what? Like we're taking gaming serious and we're taking it to the next level, and this is what to expect, and this is just the beginning, right? And as they start to get more familiar with the Unreal Engine, you're gonna be able to see them be able to do more with it, and it's crazy to see the amount of the gameplay that was shown, and to be able to see what they were able to do and put that on a Switch, right? And everybody downplays
For
the
sure,
Switch
it's
as
coming to
far as
Switch. It's not
yeah,
confirmed on what platform it's on.
yeah.
Actually,
So yeah, but the fact that it was announced and it was on the Nintendo right direct, so it was one of those things that's like, okay, we got to look out for this. We got to take this a little bit more serious, right? So I actually another as far as more news, another big title, and I don't want to say big, but it's big in gaming, right? Because it's made a big staples in gaming for some time. Is going to be Pac-Man. Pac-Man is going to be the next um, biggest thing, right? That has been announced. Reason being is that you're gonna be in a basically 3D world. It's not gonna be 2D. It takes it away from that 2D format and puts you more into like a 2D world where you will actually be able to a 3D world where you will actually be able to kind of navigate and find little hidden treasures and kind of make it very fun and family friendly, right? It's a very simple game to get into, but it's like one of those games where you can kind of just get into with your kids and just kind of have a good time with, right? That's one of the biggest things about Pac-Man. Pac-Man is built this name around something that's just been easy and fun to kind of get into and fun to play. That's my whole thing with Pac-Man, and that's why I'm so excited about this, because sometimes we need games like this where we're able to just kind of sit back, relax, and just kind of enjoy ourselves, right? And not have to put too much thought, but just kind of have fun and kind of get through it, right? But that's one of my biggest things. It's going to have a bunch of mini games to explore within the maps. And the main story, the main purpose of the game is that you're going to be facing off with trying to capture your family back, because it seems like your family had been captured by the ghosts, and you're there to try to kind of be a hero and save them from the being trapped away in a unknown land, right? So it's but it's like I said, if you guys ever played this is kind of like a remake of what was released way back in the day. I believe back in the GameCube era, this game was released at one point, and they took this and kind of rebuilt it on the new engine and kind of gave us something fresh, something new. And this game is going to be coming to all platforms. And it will be coming August 26th of 2022. So not that far. I would say probably a month, almost 2 months away. But it's something to be excited about, right? Especially if you guys have kids and you were looking for that next gem to kind of get into and kind of sit back and kind of and have fun and make it like a family thing. And this is actually, I think, is really it's kind of a nice way to start, right? And it's a nice way to get into the holiday season. Holidays are right around the corner, and to kind of smooth things into the holidays before the kids got to go back to school. This is a nice little way to do it. So I definitely feel it's worth the pickup. Not sure what we're looking at as far as price, but it will be on all consoles and it will be releasing soon, August 26th.
right. I actually very excited about this only because my mother's not a gamer, but I force her to play some games. She likes VR. That's the only thing she will want to play whenever I ask her. But she doesn't like playing any other thing. I'm like, come on, try this with me, mom. No, no. But she loves Pac-Man, so I can't wait to show her it and see if she's into it and go from there. But yeah, that's really cool stuff. This is my last Nintendo Direct um, topic for our news. We're giving you guys what to look forward to, plus just this week's information and this game called Near Autonomous. This thing is fire. I just want to explain it for people who don't know what it is. First and foremost, this game has won Game of the Year, endless amounts of rewards, and when I played it, the music and the vibe is what stood out to me. It was just a vibe. Sometimes you get into a game and it's like, oh, gameplay or maybe story or this or that. The vibe of the game is what got me. And I was like, damn, this vibe is really good. Over a real good flow to it. And I'm all about the vibes. So, very special game. And it's coming out for the Switch. This is from the Nintendo Direct
Mm.
show. They said it's coming out for the Switch in October 6th, which is crazy because this game really has some amazing gameplay. And to be able to just pick it up, download it, take it with you on a flight to LA, 6 hours or something like that, really, really nice. And I think personally, if I had a Switch, this is a must have because it's one of those games you could just get lost in for hours and then you look up and your flight's about to land. You could just rest, get ready to go. So big time win for Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo's really doing it special. Just to get into it with you, Cloudy, let's just have a quick round about our feelings. I felt like this week they got a W. Like they've surpassed Xbox when it comes to presenting stuff to be excited for, in my opinion. And then also, even on me, who I don't have my Switch, uh, I don't have the Switch, so I'm like, damn, this is actually really cool, and this game's looking great. And this was a third party actual presentation. It wasn't like it was their first party
Yeah.
overall. It had tons and tons of stuff, and to kind of run through some of it, that Mario uh, game that you were talking about, we're gonna go to. You don't probably know this, but Persona is one of the biggest ever in the world, basically. So they're going to be dropping a bunch of Persona games on the Switch for the first time. Monster Hunter is getting new content as well. The Mario and Rivets game, Near that we just talked about. Minecraft Legends is coming out for it. And this is just a few, just to give you guys a roundabout.
Yeah.
Mega Man, the full collection is coming out.
No,
Sonic
but it's
Frontier,
but that's bad. But that's Battle Network. So let's not get
Battle
it misunderstood. So Battle Network, Mega Man collection. It's not your Mega Man series collection, but it's in Battle Network. It's a little bit
Battle
different type
Network.
of style play. Yep.
Right. I'm just giving a roundabout of what was presented for the most part. You got the Pac-Man world that you were just talking about, Cloudy. We got Portal coming to the Switch. I mean, the list goes on. There's so many games. A game that I really need to play ASAP, and I think Cloudy should try it too. It's called A Plague Tale. That game is so beautiful. It's coming to the Switch, and guess what? They're using the cloud version, and this is something I haven't tried. Cloudy, have you tried the cloud version?
No, I have not.
So there's the thing you can play Nintendo Switch games through the cloud. I don't know if it's good or bad, so I can't give like my
I've
impressions or anything
I've
like that.
streamed. I've streamed like I won't say streamed, but I've been able to access like because they do give you like access to like if you have a subscription, you get access to like their
The cloud.
Nintendo, yeah, to their Nintendo collections, some of their 64, I mean, Super Nintendo collections. Depending on what package you got, right, you'll be able to access a lot of those classic games and be able to play them as you want. So yeah, I've been able to do that, but other than that, I'm not so much. No.
Okay, we'll figure that out again. We should probably bring that up in another uh, podcast. We'll talk about it deeper because I can't say anything about it. But the point is that a game that big. First of all, the point is A Plague Tale is very beautiful looking, and it's an amazing story. I played the demo through the PlayStation Plus. I was so in love. I loved that game, and I can't wait to play it one day. I think it's on sale right now too. But that's on the cloud. They got No Man's Sky coming also, which is like, what? The Switch? There's no way. I got to see that with my own eyes because No Man's Sky is like huge. Then you have, of course, the game that I love. Which I'm going to end this here on my side of just giving you guys all the roundabouts. And there was more, but these are the main ones, guys. Super Bomberman R2, which is huge. Okay. And that's my take on everything just as far as Nintendo Direct. It was a big W in my opinion. How you feel about it, Club?
I think it was well done. I honestly, you as far as like announcements, it was like I said, the fact that they had the Sonic in there and they had the Pac-Man in there and Mario, and there was not, but I can't really say there wasn't much as far as like something like threw me like, oh my god, this is, I did all this, I didn't know this was coming, or I can't believe this is coming, or I can't believe it's this soon and it's coming out now. They didn't hit me with no wows, right? To me, right? When I was looking at when I was watching it, but like I said, it was great to see the in-depth trailers and stuff they were able to reveal and some of their stuff. And like I said, even with the Sonic being the biggest one for me, and you know, I like that's my biggest hype right now. So if I had to take the biggest hype out of that whole Nintendo Direct, it would be the Sonic and the Pac-Man are my two biggest titles right now that were revealed over at the Nintendo Direct Mini. But I would say, like I said, this is, remember, and this is just the Nintendo Direct Mini, right? So this is not the actual Nintendo Direct. There are talks about them doing one soon, which will reveal more on the Nintendo side, which I think we will get, because this is more for like their third party publishers. It wasn't mostly for their first party publishers. I can see them doing their Nintendo Direct with like I said, probably even revealing like a Metroid game or maybe even like a Zelda or Mario. But that's all gonna be, I'm assuming they're holding out and kind of revealing those big titles and those big news later on, a little bit later this year. So I would think sometime next month, or by the end of the month, they should be announcing something.